RGB is all the craze in the PC community today. People either love it or they hate it. They even have it in PC internal components and even on your peripherals. It's insane, it's everywhere. They even have RGB RAM sticks. You may have heard of G.Skill and Corsair's RGB RAM and possibly a few other companies. But today I'd like to introduce to you Asgard's RGB Loki RAM. Yes, the name of the company is Asgard, and yes, the name of the RAM is Loki. And I think it's pretty awesome with all the Marvel references. Anyways, today let's look at the new contender on the RGB RAM market, the Asgard Loki RAM. Hey, what's up guys? My name is JD from JDTechGear and welcome back to the channel where we discuss PC, passion, tech reviews, unboxings, and setup design. So if you're into that sort of thing, consider subscribing and checking out the rest of the channel. Now this review won't be long, but I did want to discuss the RAM I put into my Ryzen build. If you guys want to see that build, that'll be in the card and the description of the video. Now RAM is pretty standard to me. The only significant difference among RAM sticks is their clock speed and memory capacity, obviously. Now we could get into the timing and all of that, but I'm not really interested in that since RAM timing performance only shows very minor performance differences in fully synthetic benchmarking and very little to no difference in real world performance or benchmarking. So this is Asgard's Loki RAM. These are both 8 gig sticks, as you could probably guess, and they feature these beautiful RGB lights. Now these RAM sticks do not come with any software or anything like that, so the lighting pattern and colors do not change, which I really don't mind since I really love the look of the RGB lights, but we'll get into more of the aesthetics in just a little bit. The Loki RAM is clocked at 2400 MHz, but I was able to overclock them to a stable 2666 MHz, which was awesome. Now they do come in at 2133 if you don't enable the XMP profile in your BIOS. Now the clock speed on RAM doesn't usually make too much of a difference, but with the Ryzen processors, it does make a little bit of a difference with the higher clock speeds depending on the application or game. And a lot of reviews stated that anywhere between 2666 and 3200 MHz was the best price for performance, but you can definitely run DDR4 2133 MHz with your Ryzen processors and you'll still get solid performance. So make sure to go into the BIOS and enable that XMP profile, which will be clocked to the advertised 2400 MHz. Now let's get into the aesthetics. I personally love the design. These RAM sticks are low profile, which is something I always look for. I don't like RAM sticks with massive heatsinks since they could interfere with the CPU cooler if it is air cooled, and also I don't like the look of massive heatsinks. Also, these RAM sticks are just solid white, which is all I want. A lot of people do white color schemes in their builds, and these are just plain white, which is exactly what I was looking for. They are simplistic and clean looking, and if you're picky about your color scheme and aesthetic of your build like me, then you could appreciate these things. Of course, the RGB lights are really nice too. They're not too overwhelming where the RAM sticks are just a solid light bulb, but the lights are these tiny little slits that give off the right amount of light, and the colors are vibrant, like really vibrant. The last thing to note is the logo on the side of the Loki RAM is not too overpowering either. It has a very clean look to it as well, and I can appreciate that. So I really do have to say these RAM sticks do look great, and not too over the top and not too boring either. Also, it's worth mentioning that these RAM sticks stay lit when the PC is sleeping too. So when you put it on sleep mode, it's still on. Just thought I should mention that in case that influences your decision at all. So the Loki RAM comes in at about $127 for a set of 16 gigabytes on Amazon. I'm not aware of any other Loki RAM kits, but I believe that this is the only one available on the US market. But anyways, for $127, I do think these are a good buy. So for the same price of $127, you could buy Corsair Vengeance RAM clocked at 3000 MHz, but no RGB lights or anything. Now I'm not going to run any benchmarks with this RAM because it's not really necessary. I mean, I played games on it and I ran applications, everything ran smoothly. The RAM was not hindering the performance at all. So RAM is pretty standard. I think it would be pointless and time consuming to just give you that. And there's only very minute discrepancies between the same clocked RAM between different companies and very minor differences among those RAM timings or the memory timings. So it's pointless. If you're looking for aesthetics and RGB lights on a clean white build, then these would go very well with your build. They look great, overclock well, performance they should, and they're different from the mainstream PC components. So I really like these a lot. Basically, when it comes to buying RAM for me, I look at the clock speed and aesthetics. I think Asgard's Loki RAM performs well in all these categories. So let me know what you guys think of these RAM sticks. Was there anything else you wanted me to go over that I didn't get into? And let me know down in the comments below. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. If you haven't already, if you want to see more videos like this, then consider subscribing, also checking out the rest of the channel. And if you guys liked the video, consider giving it a thumbs up. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.